be a yes and or no.
Your community still does call you Duty, right?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
all right?
That's
okay.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You haven't evolved to like Mr. Rock or Hair Rock or anything like that?
Please, that will be the day I stop playing games.
Because Louis Wu he dropped it. He's like, I don't want to be Louis Wu in Destiny. I want to be Claude Herrera. I was
Are you serious?
Okay. Yeah. If you go to destiny.bungie.org and look at like the staff page, he even kind of says, like people used to know me as Louis Wu, but I'm gonna leave that in Halo and I'm just gonna be Claude Herrera over here. And his
wow.
I forget what his PSN ID is, but it's something weird. It's a play off of like 4, like PHOR.
Oh, weird.
It could be Forerunner even or something like that. But anyway,
that's interesting. I mean, I don't know. It's like the gamer tag is kind of just who I am at this point. It'd be weird to like try to redo it.
Yeah, I mean, you can do derivatives thereof, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude.
And I remember you always used to have like a bunch of gamer tags. Like I'm over here playing Call of Duty on my other gamer tag,
right?
Call of Duty.
Yeah. I had Call of Duty. I had Drunken Duty for those nights that I didn't want any community members to even follow me. And I was kind of like, I'm just going to go out here, and it's
Secret Duty.
Secret Duty. I did. We had the Secret Duty clan, which everyone. But now that I look back, that's a lot of money spent on random gamer tags.
It really is, yeah.
I don't have a lot of them left. But
what was your peak concurrency? Like, what was
6.
the most? You had.
I had 6 gamer tags.
You had $300 worth of Xbox Live personality on the books.
I did.
That's fucking awesome.
It's really terrible. Yeah. I'm that guy with that Maserati.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
I can't afford to live here because I've got all these gamer tags.
I can't afford a new controller.
Yeah, could somebody please help me get a controller? I got to get one of these personalities online immediately.
Are we live?
Let me look. No.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay, good. Thanks for letting us know, buddy.
No problem.
No. Pertinent information will be given upon request.
That's for us to discover. I guess.
Yeah. I already dropped an F-bomb. I guess that's okay though. All right, so let's tweet this. I'm gonna look you up.
Yeah, I'll just retweet your tweet then. That'll be.
I usually retweet you guys just to drive awareness of the personality.
Done.
So go ahead and throw out your "We have begun" tweet, and I'll kick it in the ass.
You'll socially boost me.
Socially boost. Are you doing this from a 2old2play Twitter account, or you're
at do it from mine, and then I'm going to retweet on 2old2play of mine. So that's it for me.
And you sound better.
Yeah, it's actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sound. That's a great motto in life. In case you were wondering, just deal with it. It just sums up the next 60 years that you got on this planet.
There's a lot I can deal with.
Yeah, that would. Tweets abound.
And they're going to see your point of view in terms of play, right?
Yeah, they'll see it.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to then drive it so you can sort of... Okay. I guess that's fair. Please reopen the moon level. That's the first. There you go.
That's a promise.
So Deej will be able to do all those things.
In September.
In September.
See you in September. I like that we're doing a 2old2play show, so I can tell all my old guy jokes, and they land.
They will land, yes. If you want to reference any 80s material, you are free to do so.
I can sing a 50s song that your parents probably would have played in the car.
Right? People will leave in droves.
Fine. Go.
No one needs. This is a stream of 3. We are all watching. All right, let me. God, you know this. Crap mail. Crap. Retweet explosion happening on phone.
Oh, really?
Blip, blip, blip.
Just fed you about 400,000.
Yeah, nice work.
That's a nice thing about Twitter is when you tweet, it actually lets you reach all of your followers.
Yes, that is a great feature.
It's like, oh, these people wanted to hear from you? They will. What a concept.
Here comes the planet. Alrighty. So I'm thinking, like, for format, we'll just, like, play some games. It's probably going to be hard to field questions as we play. Maybe, like, in the interim, like, as we sort of, like...
It's a great way to spend orbit.
Yeah. Dem load screens. Ooh, it wants me to go to the tower. What have I not... I'm actually wondering what I've, like... forgot to do on PS4 since I've been playing on the Xbox for so long. I can't even remember where my characters left off.
The nice thing is if...
Hey, thanks for following Unseen.
Nice. Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, pal. There you go. Some reference for you.
There you go.
Godly finger.
Welcome.
Shooting at the lights.
Shoot the lights.
She's done finster. What? Shoot the glass.
Shoot the glass. I never understood that. He doesn't understand
his own language.
His own native lanlanguage,
Yeah.
but he gets it when he...
Yeah, I know.
It's the strangest thing ever.
I thought we were speaking English over here, Klaus.
Maybe we'll do... Can we do a stream where we don't play any games and we just talk about
Die Hard?
Die Hard, the entire...
Sure. Let's just reenact Die Hard.
2 hours of Die Hard reenacted.
Fists with your toes.
That's how you relieve stress.
Yeah.
A little known fact.
Take off your shoes. You walk around.
Feed them into the ground. Oh, this feels fantastic.
All right, here we go.
People are already asking dem questions.
I thought we were going to match.
We were gonna go into Crucible. I just, for some reason, I'm just trying to remember where I left off here.
Were your teeth all clenched? You were ready for war? You have your war face on, and then
You put on some paint and everything. He's ready to go, and then nope.
back into resting face.
Oh, everyone calm down. We're going back into orbit. Back into orbit. Why are people making fun of my ship? What's wrong with my ship? I'm getting ship dissed.
Ship dissed.
It's a new word.
Is it?
It is right now.
Hashtag ship dissed.
There you go, everyone. Put that out there.
Unfreaking believable.
Alright, now we should play. No.
Message of the day. Exclusive beta reward.
Unfreaking believable.
We should probably pull that down. Here,
You
watch
got a good
do my
radio.
job.
Good radio voice.
Look, you'll see. You guys can see Deej in action. Actually, see, people don't think that you do any work. That's the word on the streets. But
Is that really the word on the street?
I'm just putting that as the word on the street
Okay.
right now for you to then defend against and explain why you, in fact, do all of the work. The heavy lifting is what Deej does. You can submit your question just by kind of like just in chat. It's only us three, so we're gonna like try to play some games, and then in between those games, we're gonna kind of go down the list. We have some questions from the forums as well, from 2old2play, that we're gonna have to try to get through as well. So we're probably gonna be at this for like an hour and a half, and you know, we'll kind of go from there. So we're gonna blast off into a nice little loading screen, and then we'll look at some questions.
Fantastic.
I do have one question, actually. I'll shoot this now while we're waiting.
Yes.
Are there any plans to have my character, say I own a PS4 and an Xbox, which I do, are there any plans for my character to be concurrent in both systems, so I can level up a Warlock and that data will transfer over whether I'm on the PS4 or the Xbox. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, this has been a popular question ever since we announced the fact that Destiny would be cross-platform.
Right.
And while something like that might be possible on our end, it's something that gets, it's not something that we're able to execute on for obvious reasons. We are able to have a concurrent character across generations, but not across product lines. So if you have somebody in your community that's playing on an Xbox 360 or a PS3 and they're brand loyal and they want to evolve to the next generation, they're not going to be leaving behind all of their character progress on the legacy gen box.
Gotcha.
So when you finally go out, you start playing Destiny and then Christmas comes and someone drops a PS4 in your lap, when you fire that thing up, your Guardian in all of its glory with all of its gear will be waiting for you, which is really cool.
That's cool. I mean, that's one of those things I think, I would guess supporting 2 different platforms in your home in general is probably not the norm anyway for most people.
Yeah.
Looks like I'll be leveling 2 Guardians.
Exactly. Secret Duty, Call of Duty.
Exactly. You've got to keep it going. Can't stop here.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, you can play all 3. You can play all 3 classes. So, I've even thought about being a Warlock on the PlayStation and a Titan on the Xbox, just so people can tell where I am and what I'm using to play at all times.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a pretty good plan. Yeah, so they'll know exactly what's Guardians.
Yeah, so I don't want to get confused. Like, is this the Warlock with the special? No, wait a minute. Where was that?
What is the button I hit now?
Enemy captured Zone C. Zone A's captured. It's yours.
So you obviously took us into Iron Banner because we're on Mars.
This is correct. We are in Iron Banner, and this is going to be going on. I guess you guys actually sped up the or you're going to have this on for a little bit longer today, huh?
Indeed.
So when does this get pulled?
I believe we are killing this tonight at 9 Pacific.
Everyone better get on and start playing.
Yeah, let me take a look at what the tweet actually says. What did I say 3 hours ago?
I love that. You're checking your own tweets.
I'm checking my own tweets.
Yeah.
Unfreaking
believable.
Yep, double checking. I was right the first time. Second guessing myself.
Never do it.
Had a sniper.
I believe in you.
I had to switch to the shoddy.
Enemy captured Zone B.
We triple check these things to make sure we can get them right.
Right, saying the wrong thing is probably going to make people very unhappy and create the...
I don't like unhappy people.
Your job is happy people. You do a great job at it.
I try. All right, we have A. We do not have C and B. That's pretty much the exact opposite of what we want.
You're saying...
We want C and B, and we want to give them A.
Oh, so yes.
See if we can trick them into taking A from us. Oh, and I found them all up on top of this roof.
Oh my god.
A does seem to have a much longer run to any of the other points on this map. So.
It does, and it's our primary spawn right now.
Unfreaking believable.
Man, Hit, I'm glad the camera's not on me right now, because it would just be embarrassing.
Oh, I'm not doing too well.
The camera's going to see the scoreboard sooner or later.
Not if I can help it. We're going to have some technical difficulties as soon as the game is over.
Oh, nice.
That's how we do things here.
You have a nice vanity screen that you switch to?
Exactly. It's like an MSN Paint that I do. It's just random numbers on a chalkboard. My name at the top. That is the way we do it at 2old. It's the best. Duck him up.
I am at... Whoop. Hey, what's up, dude? Thanks for dying. I'm taking B.
So what was the thought process of having sort of the secondary power weapons on spawn, things like shotguns and snipers? Like, is there any concern with sort of balance in that sort of thing?
Always a concern with balance.
Yeah.
There's lots of different ways to be powerful. If you think about competitive Halo, you're talking about ancient Halo, like your favorite Halo. So when you think about Halo 2, it was battle rifle or die, right?
Right. BR or nothing.
BR or nothing. And we wanted a competitive combat sandbox that had a little bit more diversity, which is why the sniper rifles and the shotguns and those things are a little more prevalent. We give you more access to those sorts of things. So instead of running around the map saying, I'm incomplete unless I have this weapon and I need to, I need to get it when it spawns.
Right. You just
Or
give it.
Yeah. It's like, I hate this map because there's no rocket launcher. I hate this map because it's Spartan laser instead of rockets, and I don't like that.
Right.
What we're giving people is the ability to design their perfect warrior
Zone C
and
neutralized.
bring those weapons onto the battlefield, but you earn the right to use those weapons by controlling the ammunition.
Gotcha.
Enemy captured.
Yeah, I
Zone
suppose that
C.
works really well with secondaries and having a limited ammo, and then you have to actually go grab that ammo.
Yeah. There's tons of debates as to
Unfreaking
do we give people secondary ammo right on the spawn?
Yeah, I was wondering that if that was intentional or if that's something that you guys are kind of
Yeah.
still tweaking.
It's all pretty intentional. Shields back. Oh, I got 2 of them coming up here. They're not mad. They're mad at us.
They're bury mad.
Super ready. Catch.
Oh,
All right, we were locking down B. This looks like
I'm headed over there right now.
Zone
I'm down.
B neutralized.
They are fighting for me. They want that.
Yeah, they are not pleased with our agenda here, and I'm dead. Oh, I got the Fist of Havoc.
Oh, I gotta. Oh! They have completely shut us out. We gotta turn this around.
Are you interested in fielding some ringers from your community?
Enemy
I've got.
captured Zone
The problem
B.
is now we're on PS4 and my ringers are
Yeah.
all sitting at the ready on an Xbox, but
Oh,
sadly. We have had to switch to PS4 today. Had some technical difficulties with the Xbox platform.
Zone C
we
neutralized.
could switch back at some point.
Yeah, I suppose it's not too hard to swap out. If anyone in chat or anyone knows if Xbox Live's friends stuff
Yeah,
is
if they want to
working,
let us know.
shoot us a little what's up, and we'll definitely get it. Yeah, we had a crew
Enemy
of people,
captured Zone C.
and kind of ran into some issues. But that's okay.
I'm conscripting here.
Zone B
I
neutralized.
might have Deej. I got the neutralized.
Unfreaking believable.
Oh, Fire! You say the feed is working. Do you know if
Enemy captured Zone
actual
B.
friends lists are coming up? Because I saw the feed was working fine. I just couldn't actually send out invites or get Fire Team going.
Is that the fire?
That is the Fire, the one you remember.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Deej
This
knows
is like-
fire.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
dude, yeah.
My condolences.
I went to
Heavy
two
ammo
too old to play
inbound.
LAN parties in Chicago and then crashed the third pretty much.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
I
Deej
think I
is
started showing up after the 4th.
I think Deej is more old school than you are. Hit.
Yeah,
I think he's
yeah.
got you by many a year.
I'm not old school at all.
Oh, you're a newbie.
yeah. My post count on the forum left something to be desired, but
It's okay.
Don't worry, your
As they
mantle's
say-
been taken.
I kind of had my own things going on.
Busy man.
Yeah, but no, Too Old to Play was in many ways sort of an inspiration for a lot of the ways we did things at TTL, just in terms of the LAN parties we threw, and I knew that I would never have the this is gonna be an ironic thing to say. I knew that I would never want to try to manage a community that large. Ha 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 ha. It's funny how things work out. Yeah, baby, it would be. Those are some baby steps for me. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine. You would tell me stories about your, private message inbox being full.
Oh.
You're like, I can't even look at it. And now I understand, duty.
And now I don't, right? That's I'm like, I don't even know of inbox spam.
If your inbox reaches the point where you just can't use it, it's all pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, right. You just see a sea of things, and you just sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. One time I just sort of pretty casually tweeted a photo of my computer in an airport lounge. Like, here I am, I'm in an airport again. And there was a picture of Bungie.net up on my laptop, and immediately people were looking at it saying, "Oh my God, do you really have 936 unread private messages?" And it's like, "Oh, whoops."
Yeah, don't want to show that. You're like, no, I've read all of them.
I've read all of them, but I marked them as unread because I wanted to relive them again and again.
Zone A lost.
I
I
remember
got
this
so
one.
used to the Xbox, the controller. God.
Yep.
Oh, it's a tough thing to switch back and forth.
Enemy
sure.
captured zone
Although
A.
not
Getting
as
back
hard
into it.
these days.
I will
PS4
say, it
controller
really
is
isn't that bad. PS4 controller done a really good job this time
Yep.
around. It feels
I just
a little
don't like
more.
where the sticks are.
You captured zone
No,
B.
I actually find the grips to be a lot better than the Xbox. So I'm kind of in the middle
Thank you.
when it comes to the PS4.
From all directions. Wow. Bombarded.
Use that super. Use that super. What are you playing right now, Deej? What class are you as we speak?
I am
Zone B
now
lost.
and pretty much always a warlock.
Oh yeah.
Zone
Yeah.
C
I
neutralized.
enjoy the. Whoa, that's why. That's why I'm a
I
warlock.
felt
Enemy
that.
captured
Yep.
zone B.
My grandmother got hurt by that.
Yes.
One. That
It's
went
one of
down
my
generations.
people.
Ouch.
Enemy
Um,
captured zone C.
yeah, I
You've lost
enjoy the
them all.
glide.
They've got total control.
I like being able to sort of suspend myself over the battlefield and rain down void energy like that.
Right. I've been toying with it. I've actually grown to really love
There you go.
the Titan. I'm actually
Yeah.
playing the Warlock right now. It's my first
Heavy
one,
ammo
so I
on the
feel
way.
same
Yeah.
I have really started to really love that Titan, especially
So-
when you get the sprint ability and you're able to jump really, really far. And,
Yeah.
Heavy
so
ammo
visceral. It's like,
available.
oh,
Yeah, there are
Name
things about the
smashing up.
Titan.
Aim.
There are some things about the Titan. You kind of get a glimpse of some of these things in the trailers and the montages that we released around E3. The Titan does some nasty shit that's not even
Fight
here in
to
the beta.
win, Guardian.
Yeah, I've
Oh, look
noticed.
at that.
So
We
fight.
have
So-
been reinforced. I have a fellow gunslinger warlock who's come into the fire team.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's get some TTL in here. There we go.
Yeah, TTL Pony. He pones. I'm going to text him right now and let him know he can't talk to us because this is not really our default state.
Right. He's going to have to issue all commands via text.
The
It's going to be very
crucible
hard.
is not a challenge to be taken lightly.
This was brutal. Right now, everyone cover up duty screen. Let's not see that.
No.
It's a KPD.
This was a warm-up.
It's a KPD of 0.0001 repeating.
My excuse was that I was tweeting and trying to reinforce us during the match.
There you go. 0.32.
Nice. Well, look, I mean, Pony, point
Yeah,
0.0.
I mean,
That's
ridiculous.
just, he didn't make a single kill.
Ridiculous.
Come on, man.
Fire. Okay, so one of the biggest questions I've been seeing in chat over and over and over again, will any of the items carry over to the game when they purchase it in September?
Yeah, what we've been saying is we are withholding. What's the way to say this? We are reserving the right to answer that question after beta, just because we want to see how things shake out.
Gotcha.
We haven't made a promise in that direction. These things are rarely done in a test environment, but I think people should assume that what we're going to learn here is going to make the final game better, and final game will be its own thing.
Right.
But if it's something that we're able to do, we might do it. It's not the type of thing where I can even tell you there's a chance. I've been asking people to give me an answer so I can throw it out there because I see the question answered so often, and people are sort of like, we're not talking about that right now. So just tell them to keep playing. Tell them to please keep playing. Please help us make a better game. That's really job one.
Yeah.
Plus, the final version of the game will have different things in it. So if you skip... Shit, is that moon mission still up? Should I do that? No, Pony. The moon mission is over.
Everyone's looking. I got cut off in the middle of Moon Mission as well. It's kind of a bummer.
Did you?
Yeah. That happens.
Sorry about that.
No, that's me sleeping and actually doing stuff other than playing video games. So.
Sleeping?
Yeah, it happens. At this advanced age, Deej, you need those beauty cycles.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
what happened.
Just sleep off that hangover.
Here's an interesting question. Why in 2014 do we still have cutscenes that we cannot skip? Someone clearly upset
Someone hates art.
Someone doesn't like storytelling.
Someone doesn't like story. Someone doesn't like art.
So
I don't care what year it is. We're still going to want to tell a great story in our game.
Okay.
But yeah, I've intercepted that piece of feedback. I know we have at Bungie also. So we'll see what happens in the final version of Destiny.
Interesting. And so how's that working out with balance in general? Are you guys taking, I mean, obviously you're taking beta feedback and you guys are going over all the stats. Mm-hmm. Are we seeing a game that is essentially set for, oh, why did Pony go away?
I don't know.
I could cancel. Let's get her back in here.
I'd like to know why Cosmo is now a member of the Destiny.Bungie.org clan.
Uh-oh.
Trouble.
Trouble is a brewing in TL land.
Brewing, man.
Uh-oh.
We're going to have a clan expulsion right here on the live stream.
Oh, it's fantastic. This is what the people sign up for.
I received a friend request from Chicken Winds.
Well, clearly that's probably one of your best friends.
As in the winds that come out of a chicken.
Mm.
Pony may have gone offline. Oh, wait, no, there he is. He's in orbit. Hang on.
See if we can grab him.
Yep. So I will forecast to your listeners that if they have access to the Destiny beta, and if they have an Xbox or a PlayStation, there's no reason why they shouldn't. We may be in for some chop. Because now that we've hit our numbers today and drove a lot of people to play at 2 p.m. and learn some things about Xbox and learn some things about matchmaking, I think we might get a little bit more creative about how we test our game. So results may vary tomorrow.
Ah, interesting. Wait, what time are we cutting off tomorrow? What time is the beta closed
All
out?
I have been told is evening, so I'll be tweeting up a storm tomorrow, preparing people for the eventual crash. Let's see if Pony can join us in progress, because I'm not getting a good presence off of him. It says he's in orbit, but his nameplate is black. So for all we know, he went to go knock on the door of the moon again.
And so if some of you guys are just joining us, just remember, I know everyone's asking questions. Some of the questions we may have already answered, so you may have to go back and actually watch this broadcast again. We're going to try not to, go through the same questions twice. So if you guys are asking about items and things like that, we did answer that, kind of. And you can go back and once this is done, watch through and watch us hopefully play a little bit better in this next match. That's going to be the key.
Freaking unbelievable.
So yeah,
character persistence in the final game is not a question we can answer at this time.
There you go. You've got your answer. Once again, that's twice. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a freebie. So yeah, but in terms of the lockdown game, where are they in terms of that? Are there still going to be balance changes, or are we kind of seeing more of a final version of Destiny?
This will be a game that we can support on the fly. So
gotcha. So iteration is no problem, really.
No problem at all. In fact, they already have ideas as to how to handle the interceptor.
Interesting.
The tank that spawns on the moon has been a great source of tears and rage.
Sometimes that's good tears and rage, but yeah, that's
exactly.
Difficulty is not a bad thing.
Well, there's a rich Bungie heritage surrounding the phrase "tank beats everything." They call it a tank for a reason.
It's literal, people.
It's supposed to strike fear into the hearts of men and beasts. Alright, we're capturing B.
I'm watching Overlook on B as well.
Nice. We want B and C, so I'm going to follow Cosmo back to... Alright, Cosmo, we're losing C. Yep, there's two guys there.
3-3-3. One down.
You're falling behind.
Left side coming to B right now. One shot.
They're taking B.
Yeah, and they're still all over C, so...
Zone B.
Oh, that guy got me. That guy was good.
Alright, C's a little clear if you guys want to try to get in there. I'm gonna try to head back over to B right now.
Enemy controls all zones. You neutralize Zone C.
I just sent another invite to Pony, so if we get a quitter...
Outside of Charlie.
We just may the way we're going, but
Zone C secure.
You mean we're not winning in the first 30 seconds of the match? I'm out.
there's no comeback. It's over.
Zone A
Disconnect.
neutralized.
We're gonna end up grabbing A here as well.
Okay.
Zone A secure.
I'm gonna go straight back to B.
Yep, I'm following you.
All right. Now I've noticed this. Tell me if I'm crazy. Is the lighting here semi-dynamic? Is it sometimes day,
Absolutely.
sometimes night? Because
Yep.
it's really is a gorgeous thing.
Yeah, and the idea is that these worlds feel alive. They feel like they're different every time you visit them.
Zone
So
B
dynamic is a
neutralized.
great word to
Zone
use to
A
describe a
lost.
lot of the ways that we've done things in Destiny, just to keep
Zone C
it feeling
lost.
fresh
Zone
and new.
B secure. Enemy captured.
And what is the
Zone
current?
A.
I don't know if you guys have announced the information or how you guys are at with that. But in terms of the Crucible, do we know how many maps we're going to be dealing with in September?
I know we haven't announced it,
That's good.
but people have ferreted some very interesting details out of this beta build. People have posted glimpses of armor that we thought it would take them a long time to, wow,
We're in the
Hitman,
lead.
damn,
Zone C
nice work there. I'm
secure.
supercharged
Zone
because of what
B
you just did.
Lost
Both in the
lead.
game and spiritually.
Yeah,
That's how it is with Hit. It's on both ends.
Enemy
I'm coming back to
captured
B
Zone
right now.
Heavy ammo on the
Heavy
way.
ammo soon.
horde
Let's
is
watch
play.
this side of B. Wow, they are all over B.
Heavy ammo available.
Heavy ammo's up. I am supercharged. I'm going over there.
Cool.
Oh, I got it, but they got it now.
So you don't got it. You hacked, I think is the word. They're actually both dead as well, Hit, so.
Nice,
I
yeah.
think we're all good.
Whoever killed him probably picked that up.
Yeah.
Coming up on B right now. Alright, 2 down there. Alright, B heavy.
So what's the landscape
Zone
of
B
2old to play like these
neutralized.
days? Like, what games are popular? Is it a shooter? Is it still a shooter community, or is it
Zone
really
C
heavy
lost.
MMO these days?
Zone B
What's the deal?
It's
Secure.
quite a huge mix, but right now the community is, believe it or not, racing is really big
Enemy
in
captured
2old to
Zone
play.
C.
Forza is really big. We have a community of almost over 1,000 people just that are playing Forza. Of course, the MMO community, because of me mostly, that's one of my bigger backgrounds outside of Halo.
Yeah.
We do have a guild of 300 plus people that we still play. Well, we're currently playing WildStar as the MMO choice. But we've gone from Star Wars to WildStar to World of Warcraft and all those things. But there's certainly a large the love, I should say, is almost solely Halo driven. So, obviously, 2old to play started as a Halo clan and then moved into a Halo community and has kind of run the gamut. But Halo is a big part of what we do. So it's exciting to have Bungie have a game like this, where it's kind of, we kind of joked about
Zone
it
B
at E3,
lost.
but it's really the mix of both of my worlds, which is a little bit of MMO, a little bit of shooter, a little bit of RPG. It's really kind of been a fun thing to see this, and I think a lot of the community has come out for Destiny, way more than I even expected.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the Call of Duty crowd come in with the old Halo crowd, and kind of everyone's really just excited to see what the game's gonna be like.
Well, and hopefully they had a chance to get their hands on it, because this beta's been pretty all-inclusive.
Yeah,
You just push a button on your console and download it right now.
yeah. And in case you guys don't know, if you're in chat wondering why you don't have beta keys, you don't need them.
You don't need them.
So,
Yeah, it's funny. Like the job of any
Zone B
person who's
lost.
streaming on Twitch is to get more people to watch them streaming on Twitch.
right? Yeah.
But past couple of days, when
falling
Urk and I have
behind.
taken to Twitch, we're usually going in there to basically
Enemy captured Zone
chastise anybody who's watching us play the game. We're like, why are you watching us? Go test
Go
this
play.
game. If we need you to test this game. Like, if you're on the fence and you think you need to watch Twitch so that you can shop this game, go download it to your box right now. So we are,
He's looking
B's looking pretty nasty.
Heavy ammo inbound.
All right,
in now.
Cosmo and I cleaned it off. Make sure you slide in.
Gotta get that power slide.
They're across the ravine.
Sliding
I
is one
tricked-
thing I always forget
Ammo
about.
available.
Yeah, it's one of those things I think people aren't used to the the slide, certainly.
Slide is a
ammo.
great way to evade danger. If
Zone
you're like
C
trying to get
lost.
through that doorway
Zone
and
B
someone's shooting you in the back
neutralized.
and you slide through the threshold, that's a great
Enemy
way to
captured
escape
Zone
danger.
C. Zone A neutralized.
I actually use the puppeteer button combo because that puts the slide on
really?
the sticks. Yeah, that puts all of my character movement on the sticks.
Heard Cosmo bust out Xbox record that. Don't think the PS4 is going to have the feature.
Zone A secure.
Just going to put that out
Yet
there.
on Xbox being up.
Zone C neutralized.
Again, the confusions of a cross-plat gamer.
Only 5
Is it right?
minutes left.
Is
Wii U
Xbox
record
up?
that.
Anyone know?
I believe Xbox might be up, yeah.
Zone C secure.
Well,
Zone
we'll have
A
to check that. I don't
lost.
want to confirm or deny.
Enemy captured Zone A.
So a lot of people have been saying, you know, the AR, the automatic rifle, is kind of now becoming the BR of this game. I mean, within our own forums, it's kind of one of the questions I'm reading off of.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Like in terms of weapon balance, where it's currently at? There's been a lot of internal talks about where guns are at, power's at, stuff like that.
You're in the lead.
I think our goal is to make sure that there is no logical choice when you're standing in front of the gunsmith.
Gotcha.
Obviously, for a lot of gamers, you know, a fully automatic weapon is going to be that spray and pray implement that you know. I mean, I don't consider myself an MLG pro or anybody who's all that competitively skilled. You know, I love to play with a team. I'm never going to be the best person on a team. I'm going to help my team by being where teammates are needed and to keep the communication lively so that we're all working together on a common goal.
Right.
But I need that auto rifle because when I, you know, get up close and personal
Zone
with
B
somebody,
lost.
I'm just going to lay on that trigger and hope for the best, right?
Right.
Even though I just beat down 3 people over here today.
Little assist from me. I mean, where's the high five?
I'll take it. Here we go. High five.
Zone A
First, I'm going to sit
secure.
down and just think about what I've done.
Think about what you did. You think about what you... But I've come across people who are nasty with the scout rifles.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's
they
Yeah,
have
that's what
better
I use.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And really, if you like the old rhythm of the BR, I think the pulse rifles are something you should invest in a little bit more closely because that's the burst weapon, right?
I'm taking
Zone
Bravo.
A lost.
Nice.
Head it over, head it over.
Getting killed today.
I'm going to watch C. I think they're going to actually try to
Enemy
counter.
Yeah, they're
captured
taking
charge.
Zone A.
This is going to be a tight game, guys.
Neutralized Zone B.
Not if I can help it. Not if I can help
Holding gun coming to Bravo.
it. Sliding.
Copy Bravo. Is he? Which
C
side
secure
is he?
coming back, Bravo. If there's a bunch over there, let me know. I've got my super. I want to waste it on one guy.
2 guys
Yeah.
left. 1 guy left.
Let
Dead.
this
Nice one,
Not-
be a
Duty.
lesson.
Nice.
Lost.
Only
Super.
the strong
Oh,
Lost.
Even with your Nova.
Even with that
you
triple
know.
kill.
with the triple.
Well, good game.
The
nonetheless.
live stream saw that too. Because I was right there. The camera was like perfect.
Yeah, the camera unfortunately did not capture a victory.
Camera does not lie.
Look
Right.
at there, we're at 1.5. It's
Yeah,
growing.
Let's take it to orbit because I think I can get us our pony back, or we can make an executive decision as to whether or not we want to.
Go back to Xbox.
Well, I did have the I've got Fire looking into it for us. He's becoming our second producer, and he said it's back down again. And I believe he just said F-bomb Xbox at this point. So he's
Freaking
probably not too happy currently.
Well,
That is his platform.
Well, tune in. Only when you get Destiny.
Easy question for you. Well, maybe
Yeah.
hard question. Don't know. This is coming from our forums, 2old2play.com. What is the final level cap?
Yes. Good question.
I don't know what they want me to say about that.
Ooh.
There's actually 2 ways to answer that question.
Okay.
Oh, no Cosmo. No Cosmo.
I think he said Xbox turn off, and somehow it worked. It's extremely impressive what we're witnessing
Yeah.
here.
Let me take a look at my friends list here.
Let's see what I got here.
There we go. We got a pony. We do not have a Cosmo. So you're going to progress through. You're going to reach a level cap associated with the story and the promotions that you receive. But even beyond that, in the end game, there's going to be ways to configure your armor and upgrade your gear that will make you even yet more powerful.
Ah, there we go.
So let's see. We've got a pony. We've got a Cosmo. If there's anyone else you want to drag in,
my friend
go ahead and do
Maraxis.
it now.
Hopefully he comes in. I know he's playing right now, so I'm going to grab him.
Okay. Oh, wait, here. I got Cutes online. Unless you want me to save a seat.
If he comes in, that's cool. If not, then we'll grab Cutes and we'll go from there.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve.
You snooze, you lose.
That's how it is. So we won't know the actual number of the actual cap, is what we're saying. But at end game, there's sort of an elder game, as they call it in the MMO community, where you'll be able to sort of build upon your character past that level cap.
And I would generally say that, with the beta, sort of clearing the gantry here, we will probably have answered a lot of the last questions that we're going to answer about Destiny until it comes out.
Gotcha.
People have a pretty good sense of what this game is. I think at this point people understand what it is and whether or not they want to play it. And we want so badly for this game to be about exploration, for it to be about discovering things for yourself, for the experience of the game to be really one of evolving and enjoying that evolution and figuring things out for yourself, that the more we talk about this stuff, the more we deprive you of that experience.
Right.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they want to know exactly what they're getting themselves into, but that kind of sucks, because then you don't know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen when you plug the game in September, and that's kind of part of the fun of playing video games.
Yep. Or watching a movie or being told any sort of story. You've heard people say, oh yeah, I went to go see that movie, and all the best parts of the movie are in the trailer, so if you've seen the trailer, stay home.
Hot Tub Time Machine Part 2, guys. Go check it out. You want to see the entire film.
Yep.
That's right. I just did a plug for Hot Tub Time Machine Part 2.
Part Deuce.
That's right. That just happened. Why don't you grab Cute and we'll see if we can pop in here. I don't know what he's.
I don't know what he's doing. He's in a fire team of 2.
Ah.
So we'll see. I don't know what that's all about. I could bring in Goose if you want to, have a family reunion.
I can give him a little bit of ribbing. Well, actually, I can't because of our stream. But
he won't be able to. Yeah, he won't be able to hear. I'll
deep
bring
down,
in Goose.
I'll be staring him down. Just want him to know that. He did make me a really nice plaque.
Well, that's nice.
Back in 2000.
Yeah, I have all these surreal memories of Too Old to Play LAN parties. Of Sunburned Goose standing up and talking about, the wheezing geezers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are some old, moldy Halo memories, man. Like a hotel conference room out by the airport and, bunch of dudes hanging out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a pretty big one. I think the one you crashed, the third one, is almost up to 200 people.
Yeah, that was nuts, man. That was like
landing.
right next to the Allstate Arena.
Yeah. Another question from the forums: are we going to get more alien-style weapons, or is it all human-based?
Well, the Guardians wield light as a weapon. So the fiction of the game is that we are gifted with our technology from the Traveler. So to use an alien weapon is almost like being a heretic.
Right.
We're fueled by the Traveler. We cannot be destroyed. We're made of light. We wield light, and the things that we use are not just built. It's not just about gunpowder and brass. It's about the magic of the Traveler and us being, the agents of good. So that's how this works. Getting tweet and getting text messages.
Yeah, my tweet has been exploded.
Yeah, I use TweetDeck at work, and I have all these different columns. I can monitor the people that I follow as Bungie. I can monitor the people that I follow as Deej. I can monitor what the Destiny brand is saying, or what Bungie Help is saying, or it looks like I got dropped.
Nope, dropped.
It's a beta.
Beta, guys. I have to say, for a beta, I have had almost no problems at all.
Yeah. Well, and as I was
relatively smooth.
As I was warning, we're kind of in the end game of the beta here. So we are driving more and more numbers into this thing. we're going to start really learning, because the goal here is to ship a good game. The goal here is that September 9th is awesome. So I imagine there will be some people that get a little frustrated tomorrow. But, we're just going to have to keep our eyes on the actual prize and say that if you're going to actually pay money for this game, we want it to be as good and as stable as can be. And we're starting to feel pretty good about that. We had a lot of people play this game today.
Do you have any numbers on that, or?
Not yet. Not yet, but we're and I don't know if we'll ever go more than 40.
More than 40.
It was somewhere between 40 and a billion.
Exactly.
And I don't know if we would ever release those numbers, just because a lot of our guys are very jealous with their own, with the very, very protective of the details.
Sure.
But the good news is we have been able to learn about how this thing works on all 4 platforms. It's not like we're just releasing this on Xbox and PlayStation. It's Legacy and Next Gen on both. So it's really 4 different versions of the game. It's like we're releasing 4 AAA games at the same time.
Yeah, that's got to be rough. And it's quite an amazing job, I got to say.
I got dropped out.
You got dropped out?
Yeah.
We'll try to come.
We'll try to come pick you up as soon as we pop out of this one.
Or let me see. We might be able to.
If we
send him an invite. Because if his seat isn't filled yet, he could just join us back.
You could even try to pop in right now.
I tried. It won't let me.
We're invite only.
Joining disabled.
We're invite only.
Yeah, that's smart.
All right,
we do have an open share, so.
All right, it's sent, buddy. There we go. So now we got the MLG guys asking, is there a plan for a competitive version of this game? Are we going to support that? Like, how would that look? The competitive version of Destiny.
I think we would like for them to tell us about that. First, they need to play this game and decide if they believe it, if they like it, if they want to know who's best. I think to build an esport and to say we're building an esport is kind of hubris.
I completely agree with that.
I think the warrior chooses the arena and not the other way around.
Absolutely.
So I think if you look at the original Halo, it was conceived as a party game. Wouldn't it be fun to create a game that people could play, on the couch with their friends, and it would just be this fun thing. Maybe people could even bring their boxes over to each other's houses. And, there were guys like, we can build that feature, but nobody's ever going to do that.
Yep.
That was kind of the thinking at Bungie at the time. No one's ever going to lug their box and another TV over to someone else's house and string cable. That's just not going to be a thing people do. But then you start realizing that college campuses have local area networks that span the entire campus, and every college kid with an Xbox in his dorm room is now playing System Link with each other.
Right.
And
over Xbox Connect, if you're really old school.
God, yeah, that was funny.
Back in the day.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, the MLG springs up, and you got people in conference rooms and ballrooms and huge tournaments, and so a lot of times the community will advise where we should take these things.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever you think of any pro game like that, including like Smash Brothers, GoldenEye, even all of those games, none of them, not one of them, was designed for competitive play in mind. Yeah. It's always been sort of a community thing, and that's great. I mean, I definitely see, sprinklings of some competitive play here. Obviously, it's a shooter first and foremost, so
sure,
you got that going for you.
If you're playing a game where there's a winner, and that's the thing is, as a community manager, when people say, what are you going to do for the competitive community? I kind of like to remind them that, the entire community is competitive. Anybody who enters the Crucible is competitive.
Yeah, everyone wants to enter the Crucible to win, right?
Yes,
they want to.
They're all fighting for the same objective. Then it becomes a judgment of quality, I guess, or skill, or the importance that they assign to the game. I think what we're really talking about is professional.
Right, the pro level.
Yeah, exactly. So, all gamers are competitive. Not all of them are able to make a living at it, or to say that, and I've met a lot of people, and they're like, I'm an MLG pro. And it's like, well,
you're in the lead.
Have you ever been to a conference? Have you ever been to one of their tournaments, to one of their events? And like, no, I just like that playlist. And it's like, well, okay. Kind of sounds like you're a recreational gamer to me, and that's who I am. That's wonderful. All of the gunslingers are recreational
I would say all of 2old2play is recreational by default.
Yeah, but there are people on your forum who want.
They're hardcore.
They want a hardcore competitive.
They're
note.
hardcore.
You take a look at this Iron Banner thing. What we've done here is we've said, yes, skill is a factor, but we're also going to reward you if you have finished the end game content and you have amazing exotic weapons.
Zone A.
You know,
lost.
like if you've got something equivalent to what Luke Smith would call, the cudgel of Xanthor or whatever.
Right.
He's got all that MMO terminology in his lexicon. I do not. I've never played an MMO. Destiny is as close as I have ever come to an MMO, and that's still pretty far away from what a lot of your guys would say. Like, no, Deej. But,
tank, healer, DPS. We've got to have it. But Destiny's got a little mix of that. It's got some of that flavor. Certainly with the Titan being, I guess you kind of call the Titan a tank. If you were sort of to draw a parallel with the MMO world.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's going to affect raids as well. I know you guys haven't released a lot of information about raids, but
or do you want us to, right?
No.
We want the raids to be, sort of the black unknown, like, oh my God, we're gonna go do this now. What's gonna happen?
What is it? Yeah.
What is it? What's going on? Wait! I get it. That's the chatter we want to be in the raid. Not okay, guys. Remember what Deej told us? That's lame. Lame.
Well, and a lot of people, I always try to tell my FPS friends about MMOs and let them know. You really don't want to know. One of the things that's hurt the MMO community has been hurt or helped, I guess you could say, but guides and things that tell you exactly what the boss is going to do at the time the boss is going to do it. That's fun. I mean, that can be fun, but there's no sense of exploration that a lot of the MMO community really sort of misses from the past. So I gotta say, you really don't want to.
In the age of Wikipedia, in the age of the strategy guide, people are used to, either via a Google search or a website that provides a great information resource. People are used to unlimited information right now.
Instantaneously, yep.
Yep. Instant gratification, unlimited information. Give it all to me. And what we're trying to do with Destiny is to say, no, you don't want a map. We're not going to give you a map. If you want a map, make it yourself and become, the envy and the appreciation of the community. It's like I can imagine a Destiny website where they have screenshots and they have all sorts of areas mapped out so that people can go and figure that out. But as soon as we give you a map, it just makes the world feel smaller.
Yeah, and you see that in MMOs as well. Towns become the only place people hang out. No one wants to go around the world because they're all just waiting to go to their one specific place in that map to do their one specific thing. And you sort of, I guess choke out exploration, which is kind of the point of these games.
Yep. Yep. I can see that corner on the map, so I know where that corner is.
Yep.
You're going to go in there? It's like, no.
It's not useful.
You're missing out. Yeah, there's no treasure map in there.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, there's something awesome that we built lovingly and painstakingly for you to go find in there. You should definitely go check it out. But if you take a look at the Iron Banner in terms of, it's a different way to play Destiny. It's a limited timing event. Changes up things, makes things a little bit more dangerous. This is only one of the ways we're going to do that.
Gotcha.
So there are a lot of different ways that we can, Pete Parsons has compared this to sort of having, like medieval competition where everybody comes together and there's a sword fight and there's a joust and there's a... When people say, I want a competitive version of the game, what they're really talking about is they want us to create a symmetrical map and put the same weapon into everyone's hands. That's obviously not what we're going for here.
Right.
So I think anybody who is thinking about Destiny, if anybody who's looking at Destiny through their Halo prism, needs to acknowledge the fact that Bungie took great lengths to be able to kind of stretch our legs into new territory here. We even had to restructure the way our company worked.
Right, just to get to this place. Yeah.
Just to get to this place where we could realize a different type of vision. So as much as Halo might feel like much as Destiny might feel like a Bungie game, as much as your first steps in this world might be feel like somewhat of a homecoming, we're really hoping that people give us the creative license to do something new and interesting.
So some people are asking for the Crucible itself, how does the reward system work? I know some people have seen We talked about this actually before the stream started, but it might be good to
Zone B.
let
Yeah.
people know how is the reward system working currently, and what are the plans for it? At launch.
Well, you're obviously earning glimmer when you play,
Enemy
and
captured Zone
that
B.
glimmer will allow you to do business with the Cryptarch and the Gunsmith. So in terms of equipping yourself, you're going to have the ability to get better weapons and better gear over time. So really, the loot that drops in the Crucible is not going to be as valuable, I think, as
Zone B
developing
neutralized.
reputation with someone like Dead Orbit. If you visited the Dead Orbit story agent in the tower, he's got this honey of a belt-fed
Zone B
heavy machine gun that I am lusting after. It's got the perfect blend of rate of fire and stability. It's the weapon that I want my go-to to be in the Crucible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Crucible matches. When we play in Control here, we are, gaining favor with Dead Orbit. And the more we play, the more we'll be able to go up to that story agent and say, all right, I got this much glimmer, I got this much rank with your faction. I want you to sell me that gun. And eventually he'll agree and he'll say, yep, you've met the requirements.
Gotcha.
I will now sell you this weapon. The loot drops that you're seeing in the post-game lobby here are, to a certain degree, randomized.
Yeah, I've noticed because it doesn't matter what your KPD is, doesn't matter how well you've done. Some people get gear and some people do not.
Yeah.
And so that's really just more to kind of show you what could happen. I suppose.
Yeah, it's just sort of the fates, And I know that we have debated how that could work better and how that could tell its story a little bit better.
Right.
But I'm sure that our heads are spinning right now. We put this beta out. For the most part, it worked. I think by and large, the feedback has been pretty positive. People felt like, I got to get in, I got to play. Yeah, I got dropped a few times. Yeah, I encountered some issues. But by and large, the game was able to flow and people were able to figure out.
It's a start.
Oh, look at that, we won.
Good work.
Wow, that's what winning feels like. It's a pretty good feeling. It's a pretty good feeling. I'm a big fan.
But, once this is all over, once we finally turn the servers off, then we'll sort of collect ourselves and say, okay, what the hell was that? What do we do now? And we'll be in a position to make those changes. Like, why did Goose get that gauntlet?
And
Not
we
sure.
all know Goose doesn't deserve that gauntlet, so that's
Goose
why I
doesn't
have a
deserve that.
problem with that.
Absolutely not.
Personally, I have.
So these gunslingers are here to play with us and to fill out our team. But if you end up having people who want to get in here with us, please
Absolutely.
let me know, because I play with them any night of the week.
On a daily. Yeah.
Yeah. And if there's the opportunity to interact with some more of your people, that's always fun.
Will there be private matches available? I know a lot of people, as a community, that's been a big thing, obviously in our forums. I think a lot of communities ask that question.
Yeah.
Just because, but right now, currently, it feels like this is a very open game. It's meant to be connected with lots of people, even people you don't know. So how is that going to work? Can I get a group of just 2old2play people and go into the Crucible and just play each other? Or is that sort of
Play each other.
TBD or?
TBD, yeah. TBD. We're definitely going for a world that feels alive. We're going for a world that is shared with people that you would not have anticipated. We want Destiny to have the capacity to surprise you. Like I said, there are limited time engagements, and there are other things that we haven't really revealed yet. Different ways to play, different ways to compete. But one thing we want to avoid is, a walled garden where you never have the capacity to be surprised by the other people that you could meet.
Right.
And I came in with a very similar mindset as yours. I came into Bungie and was asking questions about the tower and how they wanted that to work. And I was saying to people, can I have a private tower and only invite my friends into the tower? Can I have
Right.
Can I have like a private gunslinger tower where only me and the TTL guys hang out and we have a big clan meeting? And they're like, that's not what we're trying to do with this. We don't, you and your clan are an interesting component of this game. And we would like for other people to see you, and we would like for other people to, be able to enjoy the fact that you guys have, these matching gamer tags and you've got this camaraderie. And really what kind of blows our mind is sometimes we can go into the tower and everybody's goofing off and they're kicking a soccer ball and they're dancing. And we'll just sort of stride through like the Reservoir Dogs.
Right, gotcha.
We'll stride through like as slow as we possibly can, and we'll kind of stop and take notes. It's like these guys are clearly together. Like these guys are a crew, and it's like
You're falling behind.
I'm on B right now. So will there be some of those things to really show a guild, though? Like, to really sort of highlight that you're in a guild, or your guild has done amazing things together, like within the game?
Yeah, well, there's clan-based challenges in the game.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Take a look at the achievements that we have released. There are some achievements that you can only complete by being in a clan. So if you are a completionist and you want to be able to tell somebody, not only did I play Destiny, but I completed every single challenge that Bungie laid out for me. Joining a clan is going to have to be one of those things. We think that teamwork, we think that the bonds of friendship and camaraderie are very important to this game. And it's designed from the ground up to incentivize those sorts of things. So, really, I think groups like 2old2play who just do that logically and rationally are going to have a real leg up on people that say, nah, I'm better when I work alone. It's like,
gotta solo this.
Yeah, you are not going to be better when you work alone.
Right.
Just allow us to assure you that you won't. It's not in a competitive capacity. I mean, anyone like Fire or anybody in your community that's competitive by nature will tell you, of course I'm going to go in with a good team. I was at a LAN one time, and he told this hilarious war story about he'd been playing Halo, and somebody talked a little trash to him. It was like, hey, I'll tell you what, go form your best team and come back and play me. And so he went and got on the horn and called up all of his favorite MLG friends and put together this wrecking crew, and then sent the guy a message like, cool, I'm ready. Half hour later, the guy's like, sure, okay, cool, come on back in, let's play. And they just, they pulled this guy apart like a pork sandwich, and at the end of it, they were like, don't talk shit on Xbox Live. You never know who's lurking right around the next corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And again, everyone in chat, I am getting as many questions from Twitch right now as humanly possible, so, stay tuned. A lot of the questions have been answered, and I know that some of you came in late, but I cannot ask the same questions over and over, or Deej will explode. That's how
I won't explode.
He could explode!
Blind to a blind rage.
Maybe we can get G40 in the chat to ask some questions.
Yeah, G can handle some of that stuff and grab it and throw it my way. But just remember, a lot of this is about us playing the game, you watching the game. If you haven't played the game, there is no beta code. You can just download it. So if you're bored, maybe playing the game would be
heavy ammo available.
A good way to answer some of those questions on your own by playing.
Get out of the bleacher seats.
Get out of the seats, people. Get into the game. Can't win a war if you're sitting on your couch. Oh, we're all going to open same time.
Look at this.
Oh, feel the magic. Feel the magic.
It's just a heavy ammo orgy.
Orgy.
Lost.
Hashtag, you're welcome. All right, I'm gonna go.
We're just getting all kinds of good gold here.
Hashtags for days.
Back
Did you just ship diss me? Hashtag ship diss.
It's hard to say.
Ship diss. Did you just call me a dipshit? No, I called you. Never mind.
Freaking
I ship dissed you.
You dipshit. All right. I never.
Pony.
Zone B secure.
Yeah, I have over the years become so accustomed to playing in a clan, playing as a team, and playing with the same group of guys that I find that when I come into these Twitch environments, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to show them what I'm made of. And the next thing you know, I see the Twitch client just erupting, and this guy doesn't know what he's doing. This community manager doesn't play shooters. Like Bungie hired a guy who isn't even a gamer to talk to us.
Yeah,
it's like, oh god, no. But it's like when you play with the same people, when you really develop a relationship with a group of guys, I am like 10 times better, not when I have good teammates, but when I play with the people in my clan, because I can anticipate every single one of these guys.
You know the moves that are going to happen.
I know their moves. I know which of them is a sniper. I know which one of them is going to be a crazy cowboy. I know how to fight with them. Sometimes teamwork is just giving the other team more people to shoot at.
And the Twitch community tends to jump, to conclusions every now and again, and make assumptions off people. How it is. We try to be as respectful as humanly possible, and we hope that the Twitch chat can do the same.
You captured Zone
Trust me,
A.
we've all been gamers for a very long time.
Secure.
I saw someone in Twitch saying I don't know anything about MMOs. I hope that's not true because I haven't
Enemy
been
captured
hardcore
Zone
rating
B.
for almost 10 years of my life. So that's a really sad thing for me to even say.
It's funny, isn't it? When you're defending yourself, you're like, "I'm a hardcore red." I took a nerd test one time when I was still working in corporate America. Somebody passed around a nerd test, and I started taking this thing, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm going to be off the charts in this." And I wasn't all that vocal about talking to people about like what I did with my free time.
Right.
So somebody just sent it around. And they're like, "Hey, which of us is the best on this?" Like I know Deej plays some video games.
Zone B.
And I was like, I play some video games, yes. And, there was like, some of the questions were like, have you ever been to a LAN party? Have you ever hosted a LAN party? Do you know people in real life that you met through playing video games? Yeah, exactly. Do you have an assumed identity on the internet that people know you as? Yeah, I'm just like, oh god, I'm gonna bury the needle on this thing. I'm gonna be like Anakin, like with the midi-chlorians. And then everybody started sharing out their scores, and I shared mine out, and they were like, bullshit. And I had to screen clip it and be like, here you go. And they're like, what is the matter with you? What did you do?
Go outside!
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, and they know I go outside. They know, like, they're like, you're out drinking every Friday night. You go to bars, you frequent bars we've never heard of. Like, where do you find the time? I'm like,
gotta find it somewhere.
Gotta find it somewhere. Yeah, and if you're a grown-up and you have access to a website like 2old2play, where you can, you can actually make a forum post that is as intelligent as, I'm playing on Tuesday at 8 p.m. The wife has given me permission to play my game. When you get there, when you get to your couch, it would be nice if you had a good quality experience waiting for you. Like, 8 p.m., let's play our game. What do we got? I got 2 Titans, I got 2 Hunters, I got 2 Warlocks, we have a designated heavy machine gunner, we got a rocket launcher guy, we got a sniper, we got to charge through the door with an auto rifle and the Fist of Havoc. Like, everybody's going to play their role. It's going to be badass. We're probably going to be undefeated for 2 hours just for taking the field because we've done our planning in advance.
And that's a lot of it really with community as well. Like, we're all older gamers. We've been playing for years. That's the other thing. Older does not mean completely crappy. We have some super competitive people that play the game. It's more about getting a team formed and getting that group of people together to play at a set time. It's what we have to do, right? We have jobs and things and all that stuff.
Nice.
You're just taking it home.
Well, I'm at the bottom of the board here, so we'll save the high fives for later.
You're at the top of our hearts. Bottom of the board.
Bottom of the scoreboard, top of your hearts. Oh, yes. Nova Bomb from the grave.
So, question about fire teams I saw on Twitch.
Yeah.
Limited to 3. Is that on purpose? Is that how it's going to be? A lot of people are wondering, if I've got 6 friends, why can't I do a quest with 6 and stuff like that? So, what's the plan with the fire teams right now?
The fire team is supposed to be, an intimate group. The fire team of 3 sort of taunts you to consider the strengths and the weaknesses of every class of Guardian. A fire team of 3 that uses a Hunter, a Titan, and a Warlock is a lot more flexible in terms of how they can engage and the ranges at which they can fight and the way they're different, the way they're strong or weak or vulnerable. Or we wanted people to have some fun exploring that. And the fire team will not be the only people that you play with. So a fire team of 3 will come across other fire teams of 3. You'll come across other lone gunmen, fire teams of 1 out in the wild in the public events. Obviously, the fire team scales in different situations. So we're playing with a fire team of 6 right now. When you play in a raid, you will play as a fire team of 6. But when you are playing in a story mission, these are supposed to be... Oh, look at that, Goose.
Unfreaking.
When you're playing in a story mission, these things are supposed to be intimate. They're supposed to be lonely. You're supposed to feel like we're the first Guardians to venture out into this area in a long time. And if you show up with 6 of your buddies, it kind of ruins the construct. It kind of ruins the story that we're telling.
.6, I don't feel terrible. Hitman with a 2.0.
Nice.
I have a question. I don't know if Duty's already asked my question.
Go ahead.
Will there be any kind of flaming helmets like Halo 3? Like stuff that Bungie wears or stuff that Bungie gives out? Rare.
You talking about recon?
Yeah,
there are definitely going to be some rare standout things, but not because I like you and I give it to you.
What was that famous phrase? Can I has?
Can I has? Yeah, I can has recon.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's it.
And that not only was that phrase famous, but it ruined our forum. Right? I think one of the great things about Destiny is if you want to be a standout, if you want to be, that rare and unique snowflake, as Tyler Durden would say, there is a path to that that's very logical. I think the best thing that happened to the Halo community was when the phrase "I can has recon" turned into "Who wants to do the Vidmaster challenges?" Who wants to finish the Halo story, and we all drive across the decaying platforms of the Halo ring, all on board ghosts. And people are doing interesting things. They're sharing interesting moments. You see interesting videos where people are actually doing it. It's like, check us out. We're actually going to do it. And then we finish and we get recon. And you look at somebody and it's, I think it was certainly interesting when you looked at somebody and they had recon and they said, what did you do that Bungie liked? And it's like, I sang songs about Halo, or I got hit in the head with a street cone, or, I write a blog about teamwork and sportsmanship, or, whatever. It started that conversation. And we're going to have those things in Destiny. We're going to have exotic gear. You're going to be able to look at somebody and you're not going to say, oh God, what did you do? How did you kiss Bungie's ass to get that?
Oh, if you know somebody, then maybe
exactly.
The item, as opposed to I played the game really hard, I got the item.
Yep. I mean,
Zone A secure.
You take a look at the way we've talked about this game up to this point. When we say things like become legend, what we're talking about is do the things that make you a hero. So if someone's if you're playing with a friend of yours, and he comes and he walks up to you in the tower, and he's decked out in this crazy gear, and he's got a new cape, and he's got horns on his helmet, and he's got this weapon strapped to his back that looks like a prehistoric item or something like that. And you say, my God, man, where did you get that stuff? And he's like, oh, bro, you've been studying for finals too hard.
You're in the lead.
It's like I've been out in the wild kicking ass, taking down strikes, I finished the raid. It's like, I want to do that stuff too. And it's like, well, nothing's better than doing that with somebody who's never done it before, so let's go do that right now.
Right.
So we're driving people toward the action that we prefer. It's like if you can accomplish this mission, if you can put together a team, and if you can work together,
Change the lead.
and you can accomplish this great feat of gameplay and strategy, we're going to let you build a statue to yourself in terms of the gear you wear and the stuff that you wield, which is why this Iron Banner, as much fun as we're having in this right now, we're all max level characters. We're all level 8. We've all got some decent weapons that we bought from the Cryptarch or the Gunsmith. But when people come in here with their raid shit, when people come in here with their epic exotic weapons, that have attack ratings of hundreds, in the hundreds, instead of like, ooh, I got a 62 level Shinjin C. It's like, that's nice. I have super good advice, and it's a belt-fed heavy machine gun that does, X hundred damage. That guy's going to be a terror, and people who spend too much time in the Crucible are going to say, you know what, the Iron Banner is when other people get to shine. Right. Because my Dead Orbit heavy weapon, as much as I love it in the Crucible, my Dead Orbit heavy weapon has been sidelined by this epic shit that people have been finding. Maybe we can take a guy like Fire, I don't know if Fire used to say this, but you can all remember those hardcore MLG type gamers who would say, oh, there's a story in this game? It's like, yeah, dude. There's an awesome story in this game, and when the Master Chief gets his 21-gun salute at the end, and the Arbiter says, words so easy, I mean, if you don't at least feel moved by that, then, you're a different type of gamer than I am. You're not a jerk, or you're not dumb, or anything like that. Yeah, you obviously are drawn to a different type of experience here, and if we can inspire them somehow to embrace those things, not because I love the story or not because I need to be told a fanciful tale, but because, man, in order to compete, I need that rocket launcher.
And how will that work in terms of like the balance on that end? Obviously if I go out in a raid and I get fantastic weapons and my weapons are amazing and I go against somebody whose weapons are not, let's say, how does that work as balance?
Yeah.
In this game?
Well, in the Iron Banner, there is no balance. In the Iron Banner, we are truly saying all knights are invited to compete. You know, and the guy who shows up with the amazing armor,
he's going to kick ass.
And he's got the Excalibur sword, and he's got, you know, some sort of trinket in his pocket that Merlin gave him that makes him more powerful. That guy is going to be amazing.
Right.
And he deserves to be. But if you just enter a standard Crucible matchmaking playlist, you know, like Control, which is available right now, we equalize all that stuff. We really do level the playing field. We make it a concern of skill more than gear ratings.
Gear ratings, yes.
Yeah.
So one guy's asking, like, in terms of the clan play, I know that you have the achievements. People can kind of already see what has been released in terms of what clans can do. Can clans challenge other clans to matches? I know we kind of talked about private matches really not being a thing, but if I'm a clan and I want to take out TTL, which I do, because Sunbird Goose is there, I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Is that something I can do, or is that sort of left to chance, as it were? Maybe seeing them online and
a lot of that is left to chance, and really all we're talking about is you know, the first version of this. You know, if you take a look at how Halo 1 compared to Halo 3 or Halo Reach in terms of the services that it provided, you know, and the complexity of the tools that we put into your hands. With Destiny, we've invested most of our effort in you know, creating and polishing and refining the core gameplay experience.
Yeah. And for those, there's a lot of questions in Twitch right now asking about, like, this is nerfed, or this is going to get buffed, or what's going on with this weapon. We did answer it in the beginning. Deej answered it. Essentially, this game is able to be iterated upon very easily. They built it as such, so anything can change, I suppose. Really, you know, it's a beta for a reason, guys. So
absolutely.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Case in point, the Interceptor tank.
Right, the tank. Yeah, you might want to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually, that was in the Bungie Weekly Update. I actually got Derek Carroll, who is one of our you know, one of our competitive designers, one of the guys in charge of the Crucible, to you know, come in and talk about. Talking and getting shot at when you're on your square is really hard.
I agree.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use that as my excuse as to why we're at the bottom of the scoreboard here, because so much of my brain is in like E3 mode.
If you don't mind, Deej, I think I'm just going to always say you're on stream with me and that I'm answering questions.
Yeah, me and Deej are having a great conversation right now, just between the two of us.
Like, wait, you're on the Xbox. I see him playing on PS4. No, he's here.
We're talking on our cell phones.
Exactly. We like to do carrier pigeon when we discuss things. So. A lot of lag time in between our talk.
Yep.
I'm going to head over to C right now. I believe there's 2 camping.
New tank is up.
It's kind of dangerous to say that, you know, we're always, you know, we always have an open hotline. We'll always be trying to determine, you know, because then the forum turns into basically people showing up and saying nerf this, buff that, you know, and it's like we're not going to, you know, we're not going to like bring people into our studio and say, well, there's the control panel, start twisting knobs. You know, I think we do have a pretty good track record for creating arenas that people think are fair. You know, places that I think it's really about believing in what's happening. You know, when you hear somebody play a game and they say that's bullshit, they disagree with the experience. They disagree with the feedback they're getting from the game. And that's the goal, is to create an experience where it's like you're gonna die. You're not gonna win every match. You're not gonna win every engagement. If you were undefeated at a game, if you killed every single person that you went up against, you'd probably put it down.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a game you'd want to play.
No.
You need challenge in order to actually want to play the game.
It would get boring. You know, we've played games where
Zone B secure.
The community, you know, in different phases of like the pre-alpha or the beta. You know, when we really have yet to invite the hardcore community in, you know, I fielded the gunslingers in a lot of early versions of Destiny, just because, you know I can trust them, and, you know, when I can delete your login for the forum, you're not going to go and take your stuff to YouTube until I say so. You know, and honestly, they're interested and invested in Bungie enough to want to help us make a great game. But this hardcore clan, you know, gets in there, and, you know, when Pony and Cosmo and Goose and these guys get in there and they're playing against, you know, people who don't play shooters every single night, you know, it's not all that much of a challenge. And we enjoy playing the game, and we like getting in here and running around and mixing it up, but, you know, we're not sweating for it. You know,
Right.
our heart rate doesn't speed up. That's no good.
Someone's asking if Iron Banner will be back in the full game. I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Oh,
on
God,
that.
yeah.
Answer that. I'm going to answer that one for you. Feel that one.
Yeah, yeah. We dressed up Lord Saladin and all that obnoxious gear. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I tell you that Iron Banner will not be the only limited time engagement of its kind.
That actually was a follow-up question on Twitch saying, how many of these sort of limited time engagements are we going to see? Is it normal, or is it going to be a one-time thing for beta? And I think that's a pretty good question.
It is a good question, and I ain't going to tell you. The best questions are the ones I won't answer.
So we're going to have a lot of best questions, people.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself for a lot of amazing questions.
Prepare yourself to be told just how smart you are. Most of the questions that the community asks me sound like, what am I getting for Christmas?
Yeah.
At what year of my life are you going to throw me a surprise birthday party?
Give me the exact time so I can make sure
Yeah.
I put it into my calendar so
Yep.
I will act surprised.
You're
Yep.
falling behind.
How and when will I die?
So difficulty levels, something people. This is a hard question to answer. There's someone's asking in Twitch right now about how hardcore PvE missions are. I know that you've said raids are going to be rough. Obviously,
Raids are going to be rough. I think the worst thing that can ever happen is somebody plays this game and says in a way that Bungie can detect, like, I thought it was too easy. Because they, you know, when I talked about people coming in and getting their hands on the dials and starting to turn the knobs and stuff, you know, the AI in this game will hunt you down where you live and murder you in your bed if we equip it properly. They've done some really great things to make, you know, enemies that, you know, have the strength and have the ability to, you know, wipe you off of the game immediately.
Right.
It's about creating a level of challenge that's fun for different types of players. The strike, the story missions, you know, all of those things will be scalable in terms of how hard they are, how much they challenge you. And, you know, I think a lot of people will be like, I beat that, I did that. It's cool. Did you do it on the hardest setting? No,
Right.
it didn't. It's like, it's just like the old Halo, you know. It's like,
Only
did you
1
beat it on
minute left.
Legendary? I can go on record publicly right now and say that, you know, even though I get to work at Bungie and, you know, kind of help tell their story and, you know, talk to all you fine people, I never completed a full game of Halo on Legendary.
You're kidding.
It just wasn't.
For shame!
For shame! Get out! GTFO! You know, it just wasn't. It wasn't the type of challenge that I relished.
Yeah.
Just 30 seconds.
I did it
Get
to
it
learn
done.
how to use the noob combo in Halo, which was ridiculous because I was like, why are we calling this the noob combo? I had to clear Cairo Station on the hardest level just to learn how to do this. And we're calling it the noob combo? This is like
You're in the
expert
lead.
mode, you know, but
It's no BXR.
no,
Just
it's
10
not.
seconds
That
to
was
go.
illegal.
That was E-League.
Lost the lead.
Oh, Pony, watch out!
Your life was not enough.
Wow.
No.
Get
Our
on
team
next
lost.
time.
Barely.
Can't be possible.
My fault.
There's a glitch in the system.
It's when they try to change something.
That's it, yes. I saw a cat walk by, and it was just my cat. That's all.
And another one just like it.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, this is a great question.
Yeah.
Will there be PvP in free roam mode?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Like we said before, Guardians are, you know, agents of light. They are united as a force for good. We want, when you're out there exploring the wild and your back is up against the wall, and you're fighting a fallen captain, and you're like, I'm not going to live through this. I'm going to die. I'm not going to live through this, and I'm going to lose all my progress on this mission. And when those Guardians swoop in on their sparrows and they jump off, we want you to be happy. We don't want you to think, oh fuck.
Shit.
Yeah, what are these guys going to do now? You know, it's like, I mean, anybody who's played a game on the internet long enough knows that that would get pretty bad, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's that
so-
idea. If you've ever played an MMO, they call it ganking for a reason. Some people do like that type of gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
that is, that's obviously something that some people are into, but it does create a strange system of where you're constantly afraid when you're attacking the AI that you're also going to be attacked from, God knows where else.
Yep. And the Guardians all come from the same city. They're all welcome in the tower. They're all given gifts by the Traveler that make them heroes and legends, and they use that stuff together. Now, this Crucible is, it's a training construct. If you go visit Lord Shaxx, yeah, exactly. If you go and you visit Lord Shaxx in the tower, he talks about, you want to face the Cabal, you have to train. And he sees people fighting each other, and he says, we can have more fights like that. We might just win this thing, the war against the darkness. So, Guardians can be killed, but they cannot be destroyed. They can always be revived by their ghost. They can be re-imbued with the Traveler's light. But in terms of attacking each other out in the wild, that is no. I can imagine the landing zone, which is usually a public space, and someone just set up so that every time somebody descends from orbit, it's just like Pam. It's just literally a shooting gallery. That would not be fun.
I think this is the most important Twitch question we've had so far. Will there be more dance moves? I think that is vital. That is MLG Pro right there.
Yeah, exactly. We want a competitive dance mode.
Exactly. I want to know that I can play this and Dance Revolution.
Yeah, at the same time.
With my Warlock at the same time.
At the same time, I want to buy the Destiny limited edition dance pad that I can plug into my.
Exactly. So
that my Guardian actually does my dance moves. It was actually a pretty fierce debate at Bungie as to whether or not the dances would make it into the game.
Yeah, it's been, believe it or not, a debate on 2old2play's website of just saying, what is the reason for this? People are actually saying, am I supposed to do something with this? No, you're supposed to dance. That's what you're supposed to do.
Just supposed to, yeah. I remember the first time I went over to someone's house and he was like, hey, I'm going to show you my Star Wars MMO game. I was like, okay, show it to me. And fire it up, and I think he's going to be, like riding a land speeder around and jumping off and jacking up some bounty hunter or something like that. And he's like, okay, I'm going to log on. Okay, this is my house. And he walks outside, and there's a campfire, and there's two people he knows, and they're literally hanging out at the campfire, typing to each other and playing a flute. I was like, what is this?
That must have been Star Wars Galaxy.
It was. I was like, what are you doing? Get out there, and I want to see you get out there and destroy a TIE fighter. He's like, there's no way I'm taking my ship out of the hangar right now. I'm not ready. And just like that. Dude, guy, I was like, this isn't for me, But I think in Destiny, Bungie's always had a sense of humor about itself. I think anybody who's played our games before, you go to their forum and they're telling your mom jokes and stuff like that. I think the dancing is just something to give this game a little bit of a light heart in the face of all of this, piles of bones.
Right.
We talk about the fact that it's a bright and hopeful future. Humankind is at a point in time when they're trying to survive and, defend the things about us that are best about ourselves. But at the same time, this post-apocalyptic landscape needs a bit of a light heart so that it doesn't feel like,
it's all despair and...
Yeah, we didn't want to make like the day after.
Right.
I actually had a guy at E3 ask me that question. We had a long conversation about Destiny, and at the very end, he was a Brit, so at the very end he says, so, last question, why can we dance? And I was tired and I was a little punchy, and I literally said, well, you can dance if you want to.
Oh, leave those friends behind.
You can leave your friends behind because your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, and he's like, I get it. I was like, those are actually words to a song. He's like, I know those were words to a song. But
the greatest song ever sung.
Ever recorded, yeah. And the interview he ended up publishing was actually kind of funny, and people came up to me in the studio for a while, and they're like, seriously, man? Seriously? That's the way you're going to talk to people at E3? I was like, I was tired.
So the funny thing, the guy in Twitch that asked it responded with, so yes, more dance moves?
Oh, yeah. Sure,
right.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. There will be more of everything on a long enough timeline.
There you go, yeah. And that is a good thing, too. I mean, you guys have said that, you guys plan on supporting Destiny for a very long time. What kind of support are we looking at really in terms of that? I mean, is that more like add-on packs? Are we talking? Is there just a little bit of everything?
We are not using the term DLC anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah.
It's becoming a word, I'd say.
Well,
a little bit.
yeah, and I think what we're still talking about is episodic updates to the game.
Right.
I think just like anything, some of these business constructs can become abused. Where it's like, cool, you bought the game. Before you even open the box, let's start talking to you about what else you need to buy to complete your experience.
Yeah.
All right, and with the collector's editions, we're already selling people, like neat trinkets and guidebooks and ghost replicas and the things that will let a truly hardcore fan really express themselves as somebody that loves this world, loves this game. And we're also giving people access to expansion packs. The story that we're telling in Destiny will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But just because the story ends doesn't mean that you don't want more of it told to you. So if you like Destiny the game and you want to play more of it once it's over, we will have expansion packs. It won't just be like, here's a couple more multiplayer maps. I think people are going to find that it is an enormous value for what we're charging for it. It's going to be extra missions. It's going to be new places to explore. It's going to be new rewards. It's going to be new gear, new weapons, new reasons to go out into the wild. Whoop. Oh, I completely thought I dodged that Nova Bomb, but splash damage got me.
That splash is pretty far.
Pretty nasty. Yeah.
That splash.
That splash. You can expand it with different upgrades and stuff. So,
let's talk a little bit about those abilities. I mean, I'm sure people have seen that there's a level 15 ability that you currently cannot access. Mm-hmm. Is that going to be? Are we going to have like the ability to use multiple abilities at a time, or is it sort of
you always have one super ability. When you hit R1 and L1 or your bumpers in Xbox vernacular, it'll always do the same thing. But different Guardians have different focuses. And when you look at your Guardian focus, you see that there's extra slots for different focuses. So you can play as a Hunter, a Titan, and a Warlock. But that Hunter, that Titan, and that Warlock may have different... It's almost like a discipline, right?
Right.
It's like, I do karate and taekwondo.
Or if you're Keanu, you know all of them.
You know all of them. Yeah. Exactly. But we can't put a spike into your brain and load these things into you yet. So you get to.
So you got to play.
Yeah. So the more you play, the more you can unlock a new discipline for your Guardian, and that will make your Guardian very different. So we are all using offensive capabilities in the beta. We've got our golden gun, we've got our Nova Bomb, we've got our, but when you think about things like the Ward of Dawn, when you think about the ability to shield your teammates, or to heal your teammates, or to enhance your teammates. It enables a lot of these Guardians to start to play in more of a support role.
Fits more with the sort of raiding aspect of things and
absolutely
being a support type of class.
Yep. And we've had people in to test those activities, and we've seen the way they combine those things and use those things. It's like, I want you to be the golden gun guy. I'm going to be the one that heals you. You protect me. It's like... Sorry, I got cut off. Somebody was shooting me.
It happens.
It happens.
A lot.
Will the limited edition be offered again?
Well, it wouldn't be limited if it was. We're seeing a lot of angst about that right now, but...
yeah, because I wanted to get one, but I was a little too late.
Sorry about that, bro.
It's okay.
What I have asked that question, and what I have been told is probably not. We wanted these things to be special. We wanted these... we wanted people who had these things to feel as if they owned something unique, and I think, you can still find people out there. I still find unboxed Halo 3 limited editions.
Oh yeah, they exist.
Yeah. So they made a lot of those, to the point where it's like you see those helmets and it's like, yeah, I remember those. You don't get excited when you see someone's old Halo 3 helmet. You're like, oh yeah, you kept that, huh? It's not a collector's item. It's just something everyone had access to.
Right, exactly.
I still have mine because, I got a lot of great memories of, like Halo and Halo 3 and, playing with the gunslingers. And, we used to, get them signed and give them away at LANs and stuff. But
Someone wants to know if there's going to be holiday events that you guys toss out during the game. So maybe a Christmas Destiny.
A very Christmas.
Yes, exactly.
Destiny.
He's been asking it several times, so he's apparently really into holiday.
He's really. Christmas is my favorite time of the year.
Exactly. And if I'm not murdering someone.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a dynamic landscape. So there's, things we can do to. Oh, I wasted a Nova bomb. Wasted it. Christmas is canceled. Oh, but we won. All right, Christmas is back on.
Back on, guys.
Yep. Again, I know that we can do things to make the environments in this game different, make them feel like they're different every time you go back and visit them. And if I tell you those things, it diminishes their value.
Right.
So I'm not telling you what you're getting for Christmas.
Ooh.
Maybe I provoke. Oh, look at that! I got some. Well, they're white weapons, but I'll take them.
Speaking of the weapons and items, can any of that stuff be traded? I know someone in chat was asking that stuff.
Yeah. We're not. What we're giving you is the ability to trade those items between your guardians. So if I have a hunter, a titan, and a warlock in my stable, or maybe I just have 3 warlocks because I'm weird like that, I can put things in the vault and then I can return later. Those vaults are account based. They're not guardian based. So Deej can go back to the vault as a freshly minted titan and pull out an exotic weapon that was gifted to him by another warlock under my account.
Gotcha.
In terms of like what we were talking about before, like the recon and the rewards that we do have in this game, we're sending you out into the wild to become legend, and legends are made, they're not born, is one of the ways we refer to that. So if somebody says, where did you get that, you have this amazing story to tell. We were on a strike on Mars.
It was late in the evening.
Exactly, it was late in the evening. Shadows were long and moving across the dunes. Cabal came pouring out of one of their fortified bunkers. I knew we were dead. We were in a darkness zone. Sure thing we were going to wipe. But he had that golden gun in reserve. I'll be damned if he didn't light it up and take them all down. But what we don't want people to say is, where'd you get that? Duty gave it to me.
Well, I might love to hear that, but yes, that's...
Yeah, exactly. That Duty, he's so nice to everybody.
He gives it to all the little children.
All the little children. Yeah. Now the story's about you instead of them.
Exactly.
So, no deal.
And that story drives people to want to go do it themselves, obviously. I mean, that's kind of the mentality behind stuff like that as well. So.
That's our hope. Yep. It's such a pleasure to talk to you about this, because you understand Halo, you understand MMOs. It's just like...
Yeah, Duty's the best MMO I know.
I am an MMO.
Yeah,
Well,
I am
if I need help with it, I always go to you.
Yeah, I've actually been interested in having this conversation for a long time, because as I saw Destiny coming together, when I realized what sorts of different strengths it was blending, I thought, these 2old2play guys with their Halo clan and their MMO guild and their their fusion long form cooperative gaming experiences, this is just like really right in the wheelhouse.
It's butter. Yeah, it's
yeah.
butter. And I know that a lot of people on Twitch are going to probably accuse 2old2play of being corporate shills of Bungie. I love the game, and I'm gonna tell people I love the game, and I think that's how everyone has to react to games like that. If I don't, people that know 2old2play, especially know me, if you watch our show every Monday night, plug there, I shit on a lot of games. I will use the word shit because I do. I have a very strong personality when it comes to the games I do love, but just as much as the games I do not like. I am the guy that'll go on the forum and probably tell you why your game is broken. And how I can personally fix it with no experience in doing so.
Well, and we'll want you to do that for us, too. I mean, Bungie's not interested in only talking to the people who are telling us nice things about ourselves.
Of course not.
I just got my ass kicked by Max Hammerbottom. I love a good gamer tag.
Don't you? It changes everything, especially
what do
when
you
die
think is
to
your
that.
favorite gamer tag that you've ever seen?
I6 Hitman.
Mine, of course. That's the answer, right? My favorite gamer tag is Duty Rock.
I do love, I told you about him before, but one of the people in our clan, his name is Frayne Apthier. You can't even really say it, let alone pronounce it. And everyone just ends up calling him Bubba.
Bubba.
But I love those, like, there's nothing more frustrating when you get killed by someone and you can't even scream their name. You can't even, God damn it, I got killed by Frank. What is that say?
Frankfurter.
I'm just gonna call him Bubba.
So I do love gamer tags like that, or just off the wall ridiculous.
I was playing. Oh boy, I was playing Call of Duty one time against a guy named Chair Force 1.
Dude, Chair Force 1's really good.
Chair Force 1, and I love that just because it's like I'm sitting here in my gamer chair,
right?
But when I play games, I am my own president of the United States. You know.
You can't take Chair Force 1 down.
Nope.
No one knows where it's going or where it's been. It is an anomaly.
Well protected, well fortified. Okay, it can reach Mach 3.
Flies in the skies.
Yeah. It's just like that might be a folding chair, but when you hold your controller and you turn your game box on, it just became Chair Force 1. Like even your chair has a gamer tag.
I have to admit, that is pretty good.
Oh, I name everything.
Chair Force 1?
My car, my gaming chair.
Where's this going?
Your car?
Where's
please.
this going?
If it goes downtown, I don't want to go.
This is. I think we're riding the express right now.
Let's keep it clean here, Hit. Let's keep it clean.
Supercharged up. I got a guy. He's just standing here. I got a guy who's away from keyboard. Do I kill him?
You do. He's made a mistake, and that mistake is not playing the game.
Not proud of what I just did. I think I just violated the Geneva Convention.
You did. Are there gonna be any more vehicle types in the game? Someone asking. They like their Sparrow, but they want to know if they can be even more with the Sparrow.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we have seen the. We've seen our Sparrow. We've seen the Pike. We've seen the Cabal Interceptor. We have yet to meet the Vex.
By the way, I love the names of your vehicles. They're so good.
Yeah, they're tough guy names, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Hey, get in the Vex.
The Interceptor, sounds so deadly.
Interceptor. Yep.
Hey, can you punch up our volume? Twitch is saying that they're having trouble hearing Deej and me.
Deej and you, eh?
Yeah. Just want to make sure everyone can get their questions answered.
Yeah. I think that question is best answered by visiting the tower vendors.
Yep.
Go check out the options in the tower. There's a lot of different ways to move around in Destiny fast.
One thing I noticed in the moon mission, we've actually seen the ability to use vehicles with guns from other, units, not your own.
Yep.
Your own personal. So will we see a lot more of that?
You gotta earn them, right? You gotta earn that shit. You gotta shoot that fallen captain out of his pike, and without destroying it.
Yeah, you gotta get those headshots.
Yeah, exactly. But we definitely are going for a boots on the ground adventure here. So if your Sparrow had guns, you'd never leave that thing. You'd never leave that thing. I used to run entire missions of Halo with the Warthog, where the Warthog had no business going. It's like, I'm going to drive all the way through. It's like, you can't drive through here. I sure can.
I'm going to force it through.
Watch me. Yeah, I would do the entire bridge mission of Halo 2. Right? Yeah, that was the one.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, God, man. Getting old. It's the first thing to go, right? I would do the entire bridge mission with the Warthog and then land the Warthog on the Scarab at the end of the mission. Only then would I get out of the Warthog and go down there and...
You're in the lead.
And kill the elite.
Zone B neutralized.
Well, I think a lot of people ask that question because a lot of us, and especially 2old2play, we have people that just love vehicle combat. Like that's a thing they really get into. They geek out on that stuff.
Yep.
Are we going to see any of like the flying missions sort of stuff or anything like that? Are we taking flight at any point?
Play the game.
Play the game.
I was a Warthog fetishist in Halo. In fact, we actually created squads in our Halo clan that were specialist specific because we wanted to make sure that the guy holding the sniper rifle, or actually in our case, the girl holding the sniper rifle was the best. The guy who driving the Warthog was the best. And we told people, if you want exclusive rights to the Warthog, make your armor blue. Earn it. Become a member of the Roadkill Squadron.
I like that.
I was the founding member and original captain of the Roadkill Squadron. And that was, like my favorite thing about Halo was the fact that it appealed. In fact, I remember you and I had this conversation a long time ago, Duty, at a LAN party. We were talking about the fact that Halo brought together so many gamers from different disciplines.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
I actually came to Halo off of a really bad, a really extended and exclusive Grand Theft Auto.
Yikes!
Jag.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I came into Halo from Grand Theft Auto, so that's all I wanted was the Warthog and the Ghost.
Right. You already had that driving in you.
Yeah. And you know, and combat driving is a completely different sensibility than racing, right? So yeah. But the Guardian's vehicle is the Sparrow. That's your steed. You know, there'll be different varieties of Sparrow. They'll have different speed ratings. They'll have different durability ratings.
Got quiet all of a sudden.
Been a lot of. I was under fire. There was a lot of. Been a lot of requests for space combat. You know, these are things.
Yeah, I've kind of heard that. Like, what are we doing with our ships? What's the point of that sort of thing? And what are we going to see from there?
Yeah, it's an extension of the exploration fantasy. It's an extension of your character. Dissing, right? I mean, that's just one more element of the Destiny culture.
Once you start ship dissing, yeah.
Once you take that step down that road.
Why y'all gotta ship this? Why's it gotta be like that? Sometimes it just.
How come you quit that clan? You just my ship.
Man, he's been ship dissing all night. Can't take it.
Man, this is like the 4th clan for you in a month. People are gonna talk.
But it's a good
Maybe
gonna talk.
Get out there and get another ship. Maybe that's what you need to do.
Well, no.
Ooh.
I like my starter ship. It was free, and we've been through a lot of scrapes together.
See, that's the type of gamer I am. I don't need the visual representation. I want to get in and shoot shit. So I will probably have the starter ship for a very long time.
Yep. I've seen people with 6 ships. They're like, check out my ship, check out my ship. And then we play Iron Banner, and we earn these Iron Banner rewards, and we go back to the tower, and we're going to cash in. We're going to, like, I'm going to buy a new cape, or I'm going to buy a new, gun. And they say, oh my god, I'm glimmer poor. It's like, how's that new spaceship? How's that new spaceship treating you?
Can we go to
you
the
blew
tower
all your money
after
on your
this
spaceship, didn't you?
You want to go to the tower?
After.
Okay.
After this next game?
Sure.
You could go back and slow walk the tower.
I love slow walking the tower. I like to do my creepy crouch in the tower and go up behind random people and just creepy crouch.
I like to climb the tree. Just hang out on the tree.
We like to walk up to people who are obviously in their menu managing their inventory and sit down around him.
Oh, they come back out and they're like, what?
Yeah, they come back out and they have like an entire gaggle. They have an entire flock of adoring people who are just sitting there. Are you vaping?
I am vaping, yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, stop the cigarettes.
Good for you.
Yeah, good
this
for
is
you.
This is nicotine, by the way, stream.
You San Francisco boys. I don't know. You're kind of weird. You California guys.
I know, right?
Yeah.
West Coast.
San Francisco's are the weirdos.
Hey, I'm Chicago through and through. I live in San Francisco.
I am too. It's been a weird adjustment, hasn't it, to come out here from Chicago?
It is weird. It's absolutely weird. Yeah.
Do you get the thing where people like wave you across? Like there's no crosswalk. There's no. You're standing on the sidewalk.
What's happening here?
And they stop and they wave you out. I'm like, what are you gonna run me over with your car? What are you trying to do?
You're just waiting. Is this a waiting thing? What?
Yeah. Did you break down?
You need to jump.
Yeah.
It's mighty cold out here. It's 72 all the time.
Yeah. Can you believe this fag?
Weather effects, snow and rain. That's a good question. Are any of the maps gonna have weather effects?
Yeah, I think so.
We've seen a little bit of rain.
We've seen a little bit of rain. Yeah.
What would you like to see hit? You want to see
snow.
You want to see snow?
I want to see some snow.
Blinding sandstorm.
I want to see like a storm. Have you seen that Battlefield 4 map? Where there's just like a hurricane? You're in the middle of a hurricane?
Absolutely.
I have seen it.
Yeah, I want something like that.
Actually, I believe it's a...
You're hired hit.
You mean like you're fighting through and then the city becomes full of water?
Yeah, that's...
so.
What
yeah.
is that? Yeah.
That's like I think a retaining wall for a reservoir breaks halfway through the battle.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Control.
I actually thought that was a hurricane too.
Alpha
I was like, oh, it must be monsoon season because now we're fighting in a portion of the city that's full of water, and it wasn't until like a month ago that I realized, oh my god, the city fills up with water halfway through the match because that thing gets wrecked.
Is there only one explorer per planet? I guess someone's asking. I don't really know.
Yeah, we're calling them destinations. So
Gotcha.
you go to Mars, you go to the Moon, you go to Venus. You know, you got Earth.
Do we go outside the
Enemy
solar
captured
system?
Zone C.
Not so far.
You captured Zone B.
We've revealed everything that you'll explore in the first version of the game.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll be on Earth.
Secure.
You know, your story takes you
You're in the
from the
lead.
wastes of the Cosmodrome, because that's where we need to go in order to acquire the things. You know, that the Cosmodrome was essentially our Cape Canaveral of the Golden Age.
Zone C.
It was where we launched off, you know, as a global civilization, as a global society. It's where we rushed out into the solar system to colonize
Zone C.
and to use what the
Secure.
Traveler gave us.
Enemy captured Zone A.
Hang on for a second. I have to text the wife about dinner.
It's probably a good idea. Mine's asking me when are we eating. She's saying, "Are you done with your little video games yet?"
No, we're not.
Gained the lead.
Yeah, Forrest and I will meet you there. It's really kind of funny. One of my neighbors is a Bungie.net forum ninja. So if you've ever spent any amount of time on Bungie.net and been banned or seen a public execution administered by foemen, when I moved out here, he got a job working for Microsoft, you know, and because we were both, you know, just like Bungie community guys, we're like, yeah, let's totally hang out. And then, you know, I ended up in creepy guy stalker fashion moving into his building because he told me they took dogs. I was like, hey, do you mind if I become your neighbor? Because I think I'm moving 3 doors down from you. He's like, no, that's cool.
That's a good thing to have anyway.
It is. It's just another example of how, you know, like, internet gamer community is a real thing, and you end up, you know, you moving into a town. And when I used to travel for business, I would say, like, to my sister, you know, like, hey, I gotta go to St. Louis this week. She's like, oh man, I'm sorry. I mean, no offense against St. Louis, but we all like sleeping in our own bed, right? So like, I gotta go to St. Louis this week. She's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, no, it's actually really cool. I got a gunslinger in St. Louis, and we like to hang. She's like, you have a gunslinger in every town, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, you remind me of that guy from Fight Club. I'm like, well, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said.
I was going to say, that's the best compliment any man should get.
Yeah.
You remind me of that extremely handsome man in Fight Club, who is also
much more like Edward Norton with, you know, with blood on my cornflower blue tie. But
no, it has been great. I remember even like telling friends of mine, like, oh, you know, I'm going up to California. I can't wait to go see my buddy. That will be SUTKE, because that's his gamer tag. And then saying, what is this person's name? And I have to explain, like, oh no, it's a gamer tag, which inevitably leads to, you know, a 40-minute story about what is a gamer tag? What do you got? You know, what do you do? What is your hobby? And why do you go to these strange cities to meet these strange people? Which, yeah, I mean, we've met so many people outside of Chicago, and I certainly have an awesome gamer community here in San Francisco, just by default. You know, people I've met on 2old2play and around that. And the industry is really a pretty inclusive industry overall, I would say, the gaming industry. So you meet a lot of nice folk.
Yep. Passionate people who share a common interest. It's pretty easy for them to be instant friends, which is one of the things I always tried to push at TTL, just on my blog. You know, it's like we play these games together. We're so awful to each other sometimes.
Yeah, we are.
You know, we just like, you know, maybe not you and I and us, but like you see people in YouTube comments or you see people on gamer forums, and it's just like, dude, if you were at a party,
YouTube's pretty bad, yeah.
But if you were at a party, like if you moved to a different town and you were like the new kid at school, or, you know, maybe you go to college, you know, and you're at a party and you don't know anyone there, and you see somebody wearing a t-shirt for your favorite game, that's probably the person that you would walk up to, right? You'd
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like, oh, hey, you play Destiny? That's cool. I play Destiny. It's like, oh, cool. Pull out your you know, companion app and show me your Guardian.
Right.
Zone A,
you know,
secure.
But
enemy captured Zone B.
On the internet, for some reason, we end up like arch rivals.
It is a shame. Like in Twitch and all of our chats and stuff like that, we tend to. I mean, we ban right away. We don't do. You know, if you're gonna be a jerk, we really don't want you around.
Zero tolerance.
One strike, you're out.
There's no reason. One strike, you're out. Yeah.
People need those safe havens. That's why That's why
Yes.
community sites like this. I've been looking forward so long, man, to getting this Destiny thing out there, so I can start
Zone
kind of
B
Yeah.
neutralized.
getting back in touch with these communities and being like, I don't have to hide anymore. We can actually talk about this game. You know,
What?
I want to make sure that people dig it because I want places like 2old2play to exist in the Destiny community so that people have a place to go. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's been nice, kind of actually having you back. So, of course, whenever you see a friend doing well, or stuff like that, especially going into a game that I've played for 10 years and stuff like that, you want to ask a million questions, right? Your first thing
sure.
is, oh god, I can't wait. But it's been great. I mean, like, it's been nice to sort of finally see what you guys have been working on, and it's for me exceeding a lot of my expectations, especially as an MMO guy, and hoping more of that would come into the game. And it has, really. Like, it's mixing. It's done a really good job of blending genres together and coming up with something wholly unique.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I actually took the job at Bungie not knowing what Destiny was.
Well, I mean, you really can't go wrong. They build great games.
Yeah, they do a good job, but
Heavy ammo
if they had said,
available.
like, oh yeah, we're returning to our roots with, myth, and we're gonna have, like swords and sandals, and like I don't know if I can, like I told you how narrow my interests are. Like I've always been just sort of
Zone
meat and
A
potatoes, clan-based shooter, like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Halo. The gunslingers have more diverse tastes than me. I mean, some of them will control a town in DayZ, and some of them will, dabble in Steam games, but I've always just sort of been AAA console shooter that can enable these guys to continue being a clan. And when I came out, I was like, all right, I quit my job, and I, drove a mobile home out here, and I'm sleeping in it. What do you got?
Give me something good.
Give me something good, and they started showing me concept art and talking about what their ideas were, and I was like, oh, shit.
You're like, thank God I came.
Yeah. I was like, I think I know why you hired me. They're like, yeah, we want teams, we want cooperative gameplay, we want, a community that doesn't just talk about the game together, but plays the game together.
So you guys are asking what other planets are we going to be able to explore? We actually answered that already. What you're seeing in beta is what you're going to see when the game comes out. So,
well, what you're seeing is, we've seen arenas on Earth. Rusted Lands is in old Russia. We are on the moon right now. This first light map is on the moon. There is a Venus map, the Shores of Time, and then there's Blind Watch, which is on Mars, overlooking the buried city on Mars. And those are all explorable destinations. We've given you everything in the Cosmodrome. A lot of the moon was walled off today, simply because you haven't played the story missions.
Right, to get to
those doors. Yeah. And let me tell you, there are some doors that you'll open on the moon that will lead to some nasty, badass shit. But
you control all
we're going to give you all of those destinations to explore once you've earned the right. As you've seen, like in playing those. Oh yeah, you want that? You want that?
Oh, taste it!
I caught a guy jumping off of his Sparrow to try to get into an interceptor. Like, wrong timing, bub. But
I like exploring in this game. I once ventured into a cave with a bunch of knights that had question marks.
Yeah,
I got out of
higher
quick.
level.
Yep, we're going to answer those questions for you in the final version of the game. And I think people will understand that a lot of times Destiny will tell you, come back later.
Right.
Come back when you're ready. We'll be waiting here.
Which is really nice. Kind of gives you that hint of when you have enough power.
Yep.
Captured Zone
Take
C.
this off.
Yep. And we'll, provide you with better feedback about that too.
Yeah, because I think right now, what I've really noticed, especially with my community, I feel like I'm able to field a lot of those questions just because of MMO experience. But a lot of people are confused with, how does the reward system work? How does gear work? What does purple mean? What does blue mean? What does green mean? And that sort of thing. You guys are kind of planning on hopefully giving a little bit more feedback to the player of what those things are.
Yeah, and it's all about the it's about the numbers, right? I mean, green gear might have a weaker rating, but when I wear that wear those special uncommon
Heavy
gauntlets,
ammo on the way.
suddenly I can reload my weapon more quickly. You know, and if they're not the right gauntlets, you know, it's like this is you know, these gauntlets are intended with scout rifles. It's like, well, I never use scout rifles, and it's like, well, then you need to keep foraging because you'll find the perfect piece of gear, and eventually you will have finely tuned your ideal warrior by blending shaders and armor and weapons, and really looking forward to like clans that have almost like an honor guard uniform.
Yeah, that would be kind of
You see these guys
Absolutely.
and they all, you know, they're dressed the same. It's like, oh, these guys are truly on the same team, you know.
Someone's asking, is there going to be assassination animations?
Your light is strong.
I'll be on that now. Assassination animation. I think he wants to know if I come up behind you and I stab you, am I going to get a light show? I want fireworks.
I want a light. I want glitter to pop out of your
Glitter
head.
would be fantastic.
Oh, look at all the loot. Look at it all. Are we
That
going back to the
loot.
tower?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go to the
Is that what you
tower.
wanna do?
I'm going to have to kick off in a few minutes here, but
I
let's go
figured
back
that
and
was
see how we did. This is open for another hour. There are some... I think the assassin in this game is the hunter. So let me not dodge that question. The assassin in the world of Destiny is the hunter, and you have yet to see all of the hunter's tricks. That's the thing. Not everybody gets to feel powerful in the same way, and that's one of the things I really like about this. You know, so if that's what that player appreciates, they may gravitate to that hunter. And if they don't play a hunter, every time they see the hunter do one of those assassinations, they're going to say, "Man, I should really play as one of those characters." You know, and it's just evidence of the fact that you might think your story is over, but there's still something left for you to do. Still something left for you to experience.
They're asking, how many game modes, I guess, is it going to ship with? Everything we've sort of seen in beta?
Well, we have seen the story missions.
Right.
We've seen the Explore.
Yep.
We have seen the Strikes.
We have.
We have seen the Crucible.
We have.
We have not seen the Raids.
Not seen the raids.
And the raids will not be for everyone. We've seen story missions in 2 destinations now. They are of varying difficulty and complexity. They'll still have the capacity to surprise you, I think. Strikes are, you know, their own 3-act play.
Right.
You know, enemy stronghold, take down a series of bosses, you know, get some really sweet rewards, different varying degrees of difficulty there. In the Crucible, we've only seen 2 playlists, and one of them isn't even available all the time.
Right.
So if you take a look at your Crucible menu, there's a lot of locks there, and we're going to unlock those things. And, you know, raids are their own punishment. And then, you know, even the Explore mode is diverse because it's got those side missions. It's got some more of those things you can do to earn favor from the faction leaders in the city, who will end up giving you the weapons you need to be a badass in the arena.
Have you guys talked about the exact size of raids? Like how many people per raid? Is it going to be 6?
It's a fire team of 6. In terms of the size, in terms of the complexity, no. We very
Not even scratch that surface.
Yeah. In fact, if you see the official gameplay experience video that we released at E3, there's a glimpse at people participating in a raid.
Is there?
As Jason Jones talks to you about the Vault of Glass, you should go back and check that out, because there's just a glimpse of some of the crazy shit that we do to people in the raid. And I think you specifically would find those things to be of particular interest.
Gotta check it out.
Yep. And with that, I have to go get some dinner.
Gotta eat as well.
All right.
Gonna eat with some friends. We're actually gonna celebrate the fact that I've been busting my ass making this beta happen, and
Yeah, you have.
things are looking pretty good. And you know, now I can spend some time with my wife.
That's probably a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So that you could stay married, because that's that's part
absolutely,
of the
absolutely.
goal. Well, everyone in chat, I want to say thanks for coming out. Make sure you follow us. We're going to do more streams in the future, hopefully with Deej. But we're going to be obviously covering Destiny for a very, very long time to come. Everyone be ready for September. It's going to be an amazing September, I think. Thanks for everyone for asking questions, everyone that came out, everyone from 2old2play. If you are over 25 years of age, and you want to join a clan or join a community of people that will be nice and mean at the same time to you, because that's how we you can go ahead over to 2old2play.com, join up. We want to get more people in, especially for Destiny. We're planning on growing our community. And thanks, obviously, to Bungie and Deej for coming out to answer all these questions. It's been a lot of fun, for sure.
Yeah, awesome, thanks a lot for coming out, Deej.
Good to talk to you again, and
yeah,
we will absolutely do this
Freaking
again someday.
Yeah.
And it was great to see you at E3. So this is a conversation that we're going to continue well beyond September.
Definitely, definitely. I look forward to it.
Me too, bro.
Have fun at dinner, brother.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you very much.
All right, if you guys want to stick around for the stream, I don't know, hey, you're going to play for a while, or what are you
I'll
do?
keep playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out just for a second as well to try to grab some food, but I'll definitely be back. But yeah, please follow the stream, guys. We have a lot of content on 2old2play. We don't just stream Destiny. We have a show that we do every Monday just talking about video games. We always welcome people that aren't assholes. That's what we look for. People that just want to talk about video games, have a great time talking about video games. That's what 2old2play is all about. So if you guys want to stick around, Hitman's the guy to watch. Make sure if you do watch Hitman, you also follow Watchtower Games.
Yeah.
You'll see it over there in the chat. You should go there. He streams awesome content for us on the daily. And make sure you guys follow Deej on Twitter. It's Deej _ B. Oh, God, I'm going to forget his full Twitter. His full
DEEJ _ BNG.
There you go. For all the Destiny content, of course, follow Bungie at Bungie and at 2old2play on Twitter as well. I'm going to pop off for like 10-20 minutes. If you guys want to hop in, you guys are on PS4. Feel free to just join up on PS4 right now. My gamer tag is Dude I Rocks, because Dude I Rock was taken, which is bullshit. Feel free to hit me up and we'll play some games together. I'll be back in about 10.
All right, yeah, let me know when you're back.
All right, brother.
All right, cool.
I'm going to pop off Skype here so we can just do voice chat too.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Later, guys.